Hello, beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I am talking about following your dreams and trusting that the path that you are going on is, in fact, the right one, giving all of your power 100% to your belief, your story, your path, because there's no one else in the entire universe that is exactly like you. I just got off a live I did on my Facebook group where I was talking about an experience that happened to me this couple of days, actually. And I want to share it with you as well because I am sure that that you might be able to connect with this. And what it is when we are living our lives, whatever life we have chosen or not chosen, sometimes we believe that life just gave us something or that life is happening to us. And just know from the beginning that that is not the way it works, that everything that you believe actually is what is making the things happen in your life. Okay, let me put that a little bit different because I feel like I'm just entangling everything here. Um, your thoughts become things. Your thoughts bring into your life in the future what you're thinking. If you're thinking, no one likes me and my job sucks and life happens to me and why does this happen and all of that, that is a very low energy, very low frequency. And what you're doing by putting energy on that, by saying it, by repeating it, by telling your friends about it, by writing about it, but whatever it is that you're doing, if you continue to stay in that mode, in what you're actually doing is affirming what you have. And you're saying, well, that's what I have. Of course, I'm going to affirm it. What else can I talk about if that's what's in my reality? Well, what's happening is the more you say it, the more it becomes true. You're saying to the universe, my life is like this. My job is it's hard. I don't like where I work. My relationships are difficult. Whatever it is that you have that you're not liking, you keep affirming it. And so the universe has no choice but to deliver exactly what you're putting out there. If you say, I'm busy all the time, I have no time for anything, I don't have any time, I have so much to do, I don't have any time, you keep saying it, well, guess what happens? You keep receiving more and more things that you need to take care of that will take away your time, therefore, keeping you infinitely busy. What you're saying today, you make happen tomorrow or the next day and the next day. It doesn't happen, instantly. Maybe it does. Who knows? Okay. So that's how it works, right? So instead, you want to put your energy on the things that you do want. So if you are in a job or in a situation, in a relationship that is not fulfilling or whatever it is that you want to change, then begin to look for the good things in it. Let's say you're in a relationship that is not as satisfying as you would like it to be. Begin to find the good things in it, the things that are really lighting you up, the things that you are thankful for, and then give energy to that. What you're going to start to see is that as the days go by, the more that you are living in a state of gratitude towards this relationship, and this is a relationship with a person, with coworkers, with your job, whatever it is, right? The more that you are living in gratitude and giving that gratitude out into the universe will deliver more of that. That means that your relationships will improve, your situations will improve, you will have more chances to be grateful for. So let's say you have a job that you really don't like and you don't get along with the people and it pays really low and you're barely making ends meet and it's really far away. And like I can think of a whole bunch of things that you can think of that might be not optimal or negative for you. And you're repeating it, right? So you're repeating it and you keep going in the same direction all the time. But if you start to look at the good things, for example, I'm so thankful that I have a car that I can drive to my job because I can get there in a quarter of the time that it would take me if I took public transportation. Or I am so thankful that I have a paycheck because this paycheck actually does pay my rent. And that is an important thing for me right now, to pay my rent. Instead of saying, well, this paycheck barely pays my rent and I don't have money for food or anything else, right? So instead of saying it that way, you reverted to being thankful for what it does do, not for what it doesn't do, right? So you begin to change the way you speak about it. You begin to notice the parts of the things that are in your life right now that you do like or that are benefiting you in some way, somehow. And you keep the focus on that. And what's going to happen is that not only are you going to begin to see more and more things change that you like, for example, all the companies across the country that are this from this company are getting a raise, just flat. All everybody's getting one, all of a sudden, just like that. Like, right? What? Right? So it's no longer like, oh, I have to be in this position, or I have to work extra hours, or I have to go for my review to get a raise. Now I'm just automatically getting more money because this just happened across all of the companies in across the country, right? So you're saying, yeah, that stuff doesn't happen. Of course it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen if you don't believe in it. But if you do begin to be grateful for things, then the universe delivers in ways that we are not expecting. And that would be a way that you would not be expecting it, right? This is not a way that happens every day. It comes in the way of bonuses, right? A bonus that you were not expecting. What? A bonus? What is that, right? It's an extra thing that you're getting. And then you can be thankful for that. The universe always delivers. It delivers in ways that we are not expecting. Why? Because our minds, especially if you are living in a low frequency energy hub, what's going to happen is that it your thoughts cannot expand much beyond the situation that is in front of you right now. And so if you're living in a situation like that, you're only going to think of certain ways of making more money or creating a better situation. You might think, I can change my job and maybe it's closer and maybe it gives me an extra $2 per hour if that's the type of salary that you're receiving, right? And those are the only ways that you can think of right now of making more money. Or you can think, maybe I can get a second job and I can do this other thing and bring maybe this extra money per week, right? And you're thinking this. These are all still very difficult ways, and they feel hard and they feel difficult to receive. But when you begin to become very grateful for what you have and the universe begins to deliver, the universe delivers in ways that you weren't expecting. For example, um, let's say the person at your job that's above you, or like the manager or whatever, they decide to leave and you're the next person in line, and whoop, there you go. And that person was not supposed to leave for another 20 years, but they decide to leave all of a sudden, and there you go, you got that promotion, right? So it's easy, it comes out easy, and it's big, it pays out big. It's a big change. It's not something that's like $2 an hour that you're getting, right? It's something that's big, a big change that can actually make an impact in your life. And it's in a way that is unexpected, like something happened and here it is, right? Somebody was manifesting a new car. They got into a car accident. The car was total, and guess what happened? The insurance said, we have to get you a new car, right? And they got a new car. So it happens in unexpected ways. I'm not saying to manifest that way, but I'm just saying things happen in different ways. So whatever it is that you want, you bring them towards you by focusing on the things that you want. Now, if you have a dream of something that you really want to do, but you haven't had the courage, the opportunity, or the know how to do it, but it's just living there in the back of your head, and every time that you get depressed or that you get discouraged, you go back to that one thing that lives in your heart that you really want to do. If you have one of those, which we all do, so I'm assuming you do if you're listening to this, then that is there for a reason. It is not there just for you to sit around and dream about it, thinking about how you don't have it. It is there because it exists for you. It exists for you. If you have an idea in your head, whatever it is, it means you can have it. It means it's yours for the taking. You don't get an idea of something that isn't for you. If you have an idea of writing a book, it's because if you wrote a book, it will be a good thing for you. It will bring you joy. It will bring you peace. It will bring you so much more than you can even imagine. So do it, right? And so, in keeping yourself in a positive vibe, putting energy to the good things that you have in life, being in a state of gratitude, not putting energy on the doubts and the house and the I can't do it and all of those fear-based thoughts and ideas, not doing those, just putting all of your energy towards the positive. And I know we're all human, so you're going to go to the negative. So don't worry about that. Just be aware that when the negative thought comes in, when the negative word speaks out of your mouth, that you become aware of it and you're like, oh, I'm going to change this. I'm going to begin to give gratitude to the things that I do have, to the things that I'm happy about. And then you just change instantly the way that you're speaking to the universe. So you have the negative thought, you have the low vibe thought and idea. That's okay. It's going to happen because we're human. We're wired to think the worst. But then you catch it and you immediately begin to feed it the opposite, which is the happy thought, the positive thought, the great ideas, the things that light you up, right? So that's how you fix that. It's a good thing that came up to let you know. All right. So once you have an idea or a thought or something that you want to do, you want to give that your attention and you want to take action on it. Any action. The first step is always the hardest, but begin to do something towards it. And if you don't know how, and you start to look, right? And this happens to a lot of people. I'm going to tell you right now because this is coming through from my guys. They're saying a lot of people finally get the courage to start whatever it is that is in their heart, inside of them that they really want to do. And they start to look online for how to do this. And they find a lot of information because that's how the internet is, and a lot of courses and things that you can do in order to get there that cost a lot of money, which is a problem because most people who are having some type of an idea of wanting to get out of the situation that you're in is usually because there's not enough money for that to begin with. So you want to make more money and you're thinking of your idea, which is going to bring you more money. But then here comes all of these places that is like, oh, it's going to cost me so much more money. How am I even going to do it? And then what happens is that people give up. They get scared. They get scared like, oh, I don't have the money to invest in order to do this. Therefore, I can't do my dream. And then they let go of the dream. Raise your hand if you've been there. Many years ago, when I had my first dog, I lived in Tennessee and it was pretty much in the woods. And you know, dogs, they need to be walked at all times of the day. Well, where I lived, there were like no street lights. And so I would walk out to walk my dog, and I had in my hand the leash and my phone and my keys and the doggy bag and a flashlight because I couldn't see. And it was always very awkward to handle all of these things in my hands. And you're saying, well, why didn't you just bring a bag? Well, sometimes I didn't want to bring a bag, right? Sometimes you don't want to carry it. Sometimes you're sticking the doggy baggie in your pocket and your phone in your other pocket and your keys in the other pocket. Yet you still have the leash and the flashlight, right? So you can see at night. And this was a problem. And so I came up with this idea of making a dog leash that had a flashlight already in it. So you could just turn it on and the handle would light your way. And I sent it to a place. I looked up online. I sent it to a place that said inventions, blah, blah, blah. And I sent my idea, and they said, yes, this is a great idea. And this is like many years back. And I said, it'll cost you $500 to patent it. And I was young, and $500 was a lot of money. And not only was it a lot of money, I was like, this is a scam. So that was my fear. That was my ego trying to protect me from getting scammed, right? So I was like, I'm not paying $500 for this. And then they were like, it's $500 to put a patent, and then like another $500 to set it up for production or something. I don't know. It was going to be like at least $1,000. And I was really scared. And I was like, yeah, no, like these people, what do they think I am? They want to take my money. And all of my fears came in, my ego came in, and I didn't do it. And then they sent me letters. You have this amount of time to do it, and after that the idea goes out, and anyone can take it. And I was like, whatever, you can keep it. And I didn't do anything. And then they sent me another letter and another letter. And now at this stage of my life, I know that if it had been a scam, I would not have received those letters telling me that that I needed to take action on it before the time ran out, so that the idea goes out to whomever else wants it. And that wouldn't have happened if it had been an actual scam. I didn't know that. I still had too much fear and too much doubt. And so I didn't do anything, and I let it go. And I am not kidding you. 2 months later, after my deadline was where I took no action, I saw in a magazine my idea being sold. So yeah, somebody else took it. Probably somebody from there who saw it, like, hey, it's a great idea, and they put it in production, and they did it, and now it's available, right? So you can look it up. You can look up leash with flashlight, and you can find many types, because now it's been many years, so many different companies have created different models and different things. It was a great idea, right? But I did not take action because of fear. The fear that I was too poor and this was too much money for me to follow my dream. And so, obviously, I didn't do anything with it, right? I didn't make any money. I didn't do anything. I gave away my beautiful idea that somebody else used up. And that was a learning lesson for me. This is the part that stops many people. When you have an idea for something and you're like, I want to do that. And then you research and then you find the place to do it. And they say it's going to cost you. And then you stop yourself. You stop yourself. The stopping comes from your fear, the fear of doubt, right? Is the big fear of doubt that I'm not good enough. Maybe this idea is not good enough. I'm not going to spend this amount of money because I don't have it, right? Yet the people who get past that fear and are like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it, then they actually get to do something with it, and they get their idea out there, and they become somewhat more successful than without doing it, right? And maybe it's not that one idea or that one thing that actually gets you the big thing, but maybe that one is the one that gets you to the next point where you do get to the big thing. Does that make sense? So a lot of us have ideas and things we want to do, and then we do nothing with it. And then when we do decide to do something with it, and we look it up and we see the cost that takes, then we go back to not doing it. And then many people go their entire lives like this, of not actually doing the thing they wanted to do. And it all comes from fear. So my guides are telling me, I did not know I was going to go here today, but my guides are really telling us and telling me to tell you today that if you have the idea in your heart, especially if it keeps on coming up for you, like year after year or every couple of years, it's the same idea keeps coming up. It's there because it's for a reason. That is your ticket out. That is your ticket to the next level in your life, to your next area of genius that the world needs to see. The ideas are not there for you to keep them secret from everyone else. They are there inside of you so that you can share them with the world and help others and help raise the frequency of the earth, because your idea is fabulous. It's amazing. You have so much to give. And so that has to come out one way or another, especially if it keeps coming up for you. And when you do get the courage to take action, if you get stopped again by the cost of whatever it is that it takes for you to do it, know that this is an investment and that the universe still has your back. When you begin to believe in yourself and act, even though you have the fear and you have an unknown and way of knowing that this is going to work for you or not, the universe is here telling you it is going to work because it's your idea and we are supporting you. All you have to do is believe in you and take action. That's the other part, right? Take action. Having fear, it's okay. Work past the fear. Having doubts, that's okay. Keep going and keep your eyes on the goal, on what it is that you want to do, right? The only way that you end up not fulfilling your dreams or doing the things is by not taking action, by just becoming frozen with fear and doubts. All right. Again, did not know it was going that way, but there it went. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Keep your eye on the money, follow your dreams, and get past the fear. I love you so much. Follow me. Write a review. If you write a review and you send me a screenshot of it, I'll give you a 10-minute 3-card pool specially for you. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.